So who you got going to the NBA Finals?
I'll tell you one thing though. If the Spurs win tonight, they match up well with OKC because they got the guards and they got that 7'5" alien in the middle. And remember now, they played 5 times over the season, and the Spurs beat them 4 times. But the playoff is a different beast because you get time to study guys and you play like every other night.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they match up the best because they got people they could throw on shade. And you got to remember now, the Dubs, their second best player is out. And you're going to need him if you go against the Spurs, J-Dub.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to the Foster's Barbershop podcast where we talk sports, community, and real talk.
What's up with Detroit?
Oh, they 2-0 on the Cavs. They whooped the Cavs last night.
And they struggled against Orlando, bro.
Yeah.
That was like the most, that one right there was probably the most surprising series, I think.
It was the most surprising series because Orlando was up 3-1 and the curse came back again. Because back in 2003 with McGrady they was up 3-1. And the same Detroit, not the same players, same Detroit came back, but then
was Detroit back then?
Yep, it was Detroit again. And this is the reason why Orlando fired their coach. Because in game 6, you at the crib, bro. You up 24 points at halftime, and you lose game 6 at home. You went, you scored 19 points the second half? Nah.
Well, tell me this.
Yeah.
Did the coach get fired back then also? Do you remember that?
I can't remember.
Was that Scott Skiles?
I think that was Scott.
Yeah, yup.
Did he get fired?
When you say that was 2000 what?
3.
No, I thought Scott Skiles was there tonight.
No, Scott Skiles 90s. He was gone.
Yeah.
So that must have been dang, who was that?
No, that was Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
Right.
Doc Rivers.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Then after Doc, it was
Van Gundy.
Van Gundy.
Yeah, Stan.
So, how y'all see these playoffs going right? Okay, let's talk about the East and let's talk about the West. Because I think it's a foregone conclusion that the OKC, the defending champs, they're going to do their thing. They're going to win out. Lakers going to match up with them. But in the East, I like those point guards. I like the guards that Detroit Pistons have. 2 light-skinned dudes, and then the one that the Knicks have.
Yeah.
Oh, they look kind of similar to me.
Yeah.
What you think about those teams?
I'm leaning toward the Knicks, man.
Well, I'll say one thing though. If the Pistons
Cavaliers
play the Knicks like they play the regular season, they play them 3 times. The Pistons beat them by an average of 15 points all 3 games. They bullied the Knicks. But the Knicks is a more experienced team, and Pistons only get one guy who can give it to you. That's the guard, Kate Cunningham. But the Knicks, Bronson could go on a run, and like we said, if OG don't come back, I'm not picking the Knicks. And Karl Anthony Towns, he got experience. Then you get
You're not picking him in this series if he don't come back?
No. Next round.
Oh, next round. Okay, I got you.
No, this series, come on now. They playing with Houseman. They up 2-0.
Yeah. Pretty much. They get beat from this.
You know what I mean? So if you you playing with house money right now. So if you go to Philly tonight, you stink up the joint, you still up 2-1. You just need to win 1 game in Philly. But
let's get to the West. Man, I'm just kind of starstruck with the Spurs, man. I'm just like, this guy Wemby, man. You know what I mean? I'm leaning toward them to win that series.
That man is a freak of nature.
It's tied up right now.
It's tied up. But, Minnesota at the crib, Minnesota got all these injuries.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Spurs need to make a statement win tonight again because
they have to.
Now,
they have to.
If you lose tonight,
you lose.
Now you're a young team, then they go game 4. Now, it's a must-win game 4 because now, even though you're going to have game 5 at the crib, but you got to win tonight. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that, I think Wemby need to like stay off the perimeter, stop jacking all them threes. Man, go down there and beat your countrymen, your Frenchmen. Go down there and put some pressure on Gobert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Spurs got a better team, bro. They got the better guards, the best big men in the league right now. Well, the best player I think in the entire NBA to be. But
Who coaching the Spurs right now? Who they coach?
the one dude named Mitch Robinson, he went to school with the Lopez twins. He was their point guard at Stanford.
Boy, that kind of lead the way to talk about something we always talk about in here. How great players, bro, they don't make great coaches.
No.
In football, basketball, I mean, that's something we studied in here. We talked about for a long time about that. Like, it's usually journeyman or, guys, just regular guys, man, make the best coaches.
Yeah, you gotta remember that with the regular guys.
It's too many. It's to see the Hall of Fame player. He puts too much pressure on the players that he's coaching because of all the accomplishments that he had. So he puts that on players, and it's too much because it's not going to be that many players on the team that's going to be you're not going to have a bunch of Michael Jordan. You're not going to have a bunch of players scoring 30 or more a night. So that type of player puts that type of pressure on all of his players to play like the way he played, and that's just not realistic. So the best coach is the coach that, hey, was on the bench or didn't score that many points.
Yeah.
When you look at all coaches, they were not like Hall of Fame players, bro.
No. Because the reason why the guys that, were not Hall of Fame players like some of the best coaches ever, because they spend more time on the bench and they get to evaluate the game. They get to see it.
They get to see it. They standing right next to coach. They're looking at the playbook.
But there was only I could say two former NBA players that had success, took that team further than people expected.
The first one is with the Celtics.
Yeah.
Bill Russell.
Yep.
He played and coached. Like you got some exceptions.
Yeah,
you
but
got a few outliers.
But these two went at it too now.
Boy.
These two went at it and they did a good job. Isaiah and Bird. They did all right when they coached.
But they gave up too soon.
Yeah, they gave up too soon. But
a player that would have been the player that I'm talking about, journeyman type of player, he wouldn't have gave up on that.
No.
But great players, they spoil. Man, Bird was almost at the top of the mountain and gave up.
Yep.
But a regular coach would have stayed right in there.
He took patience all the way there.
Yeah, he took champion.
Yeah, he took patience all the way there.
And then he gave up.
Yeah.
He couldn't handle,
Bird did his thing.
He couldn't handle losing. See,
and then
he can't handle losing. Look at the coach of the Bulls, Phil Jackson. He wasn't no great player.
Nah, he
was
just
on a great team.
Yeah, he just was a defensive stopper.
Look at the coach of the out west, man. The Warriors, man. Kerr was kind of like a Phil Jackson.
Yeah, role player.
Role player. Those make the best coaches, man. I mean, when you look at the history of the game, basketball and football, I can't really say with baseball and other sports because I haven't really studied that enough. But in those two sports, man, Bill Parcells, he ain't played nothing.
No.
Sean Payton, played nothing. No, it wasn't that good, man. I mean, the list goes on and on, man. Deion right now struggling.
Yeah.
Struggling. Ain't nobody. Great player, but it's hard to do the same in coaching. I don't see it much. You could talk about. You got something close like with the Bears. When won the Super Bowl for him. 85, Mike Dicker.
Yeah.
Mike Dicker was a solid tight end, bro. Mm-hmm. He might have been great. He close to great when he was playing. But he wasn't Jordan. He wasn't Walter Payton. These guys don't make great coaches, you know. Who is this?
So I'm seeing online that they talking about, LeBron James. We just saw first take was Stephen A. Smith and what's the dude name that just came back?
Skate Billis.
Yeah, Skip Bayless just came back, and of course he seemed like he got he got a lot of criticism when it comes to LeBron James. So how do you guys feel about LeBron James' role in today's NBA?
I mean, for the game, it's great because the longevity thing. Like they always talk about the GOAT. Well, he got the GOAT of that. Because he's still like year 23, still doing his thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like with LeBron, my thing is right now is like for the last 3 years or so, you chasing records because you're not in no position to win. Because the team what you got right now, and at the end of the season, you got to decide if you want to stay with the Lakers, he got to take way less money. He's not going to make $52 million next season because you got to pay Austin Reeves, and then the way Luka plays, you got to fill the roster around Luka. It's Luka team now.
Yeah, I've been saying it.
Because right now, LeBron, it's all depends like what he want to do. Because money-wise, he's not going to get it from LA. A team like desperate, like maybe like Cleveland or the Knicks, who probably one player away where he could just like go there and play 26 minutes a night.
I think it'd be a great story for him to go back to Cleveland, man.
Yeah, because he will get his farewell tour.
And that'd be some whoa, I don't think nobody done that one.
Yeah, he'll get a farewell tour. Like every city. Yeah.
I think that's it. That's the move. I think behind the scenes, I think that's the move he's doing. It just makes sense. The team is ready, bro. The team ready it's the perfect team for him to go back to. Perfect situation. Go back home, win a championship, ride off in the sunset. If he don't do this, it's great. You can still have your property and your thing going on in LA, but go back home.
Yeah, but the man looking at
it on the way out with Mitchell and the rest of the crew. They ready for him.
Yeah, but he looking at it too because his son got one more year under LA contract. So if he leaves to go somewhere else,
that's no big man.
His son's still gonna be a Laker.
This is LeBron James. They'll make something happen.
But yeah.
This is LeBron James we're talking about here.
Yeah, we'll send
that ain't no money, man.
Yeah. We'll send something
throw
over.
some money at the Lakers, man. Send a couple draft picks over there, whatever. Not even that, man. And that man going to Cleveland, man, with his dad.
Yeah.
That's a better story anyway than them being over there with the Lakers. Lakers, man. What's a better story?
Because he was born and raised in Cleveland.
He and his son in Cleveland together is a much better story than him and LA together. This is nice. What you have is both of them are playing together on the same team. But what will be greater is both of them playing on the same team from where they're from. And then you dropping the mic afterwards. I think that's the best situation for them. That would be great. You talking about ratings. You talking about the ratings now. You imagine if LeBron James and Bronny played with the Cleveland Cavaliers next year with Mitchell and the crew. Man, come on, bro. So
basically, it's the prodigal son returns home.
Yeah.
Type story. I didn't even think about
The Lion King, man.
Yeah, no. Prodigal Son Return Part 2.
Right.
That's what you got to call that one. Prodigal Son Return Part 2. Because remember, he went from the Heat back to Cleveland. So now this will be Part 2.
Yeah.
And they call it what should be like,
the
final run or, final this or final that.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to see that. I really would. I could say I would love to see that.
Yeah, I love to see that too. I mean, I ain't no Braun fan, but I always give him his credit and what he does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I would love to see that just to how much money that'll generate to the NBA and fans.
It's a hell of a storyline.
That's a hell of a story.
It's a hell of a storyline, and sports is all about storylines.
Man, that'd be the best. Man, that'd be one of the best storylines in sports history.
Yep.
Not just NBA, I think sports history. I mean,
To go back home and then
play with your son.
yeah, and then when you sign a contract, just let everybody know that this is my farewell tour. Because when you look at LeBron, he's 41 right now. He's gonna be 42 December 30th this year. And them boys ain't getting slower than the NBA, bro. They getting faster. And
But then too, the rules don't change. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I'm looking at this NBA, and I don't know what happened, but these dudes travel a lot, and the referees don't call them. I'm seeing dudes taking threes. They pick the ball up, taking 3 steps, and dunking.
They don't mask it and call it a Euro step.
you know what I remind you of back in the day? But they used to when you replay the plays, you could see it, but like the way he used to do it, it was like too fast. Patrick Ewing.
3 steps?
A lot of times when he get close underneath there, that's
Yeah, he might be right about that.
yeah, Patrick Ewing, he used to get away with it because this height and everything. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He might be right about
I'm
that.
like, but now it's like everybody doing it.
It's
like
the Euro step.
I like 1, 2, 3. Damn, and the ref right there.
And not just that too. Half of the time when these guys do a step back, they already traveled. They already took the 3 steps.
Yeah.
You shake the guy off, and you went back like 2 times already. You gotta remember that you lost your pivot when you try to go back. Yeah. And you taking 2 more? Yeah.
And I'm just, bro, like.
When I look at it, I think I'm seeing things. I'm like, wait a minute, is that, did he just, yeah.
It have you questioning your basketball.
Yeah, really. I mean, I'm looking, what the hell just happened? Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, it's like, I don't know. But, and then last night, I mean, the entire LA staff complained about the officiating. Hey, when you getting beat down, bro, you can't complain to the ref.
Nah, you can't complain
because
to the ref.
Listen, you up by 5 going at halftime, and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander didn't even play in the 3rd quarter, bro. That should tell you something.
Do you think? Because I'm a Laker. I've been a Laker for a long time, since the 80s. I'm talking about, when Magic, I think when Magic, his rookie year when he won, we had Paul Westfield as the coach. I remember the out night, because my dad loved the Lakers, so that's how I became a Laker. But do you feel that LeBron James is holding the team back from evolving and growing into what the NBA is now? You know what I mean? I just feel like, look, he's 42, like, man, why we keep holding on to him for what? Like, what's the point? At some point in time, you got to move on. We had to move on from Shaq. Had to move on from different legends who ended up retiring with us, like Kareem and stuff like that. But, like, what's the point, man?
I think because he hasn't lost too many steps. That's why. See, a lot of guys lose a lot of steps, and it's like obvious they have to move on. But see, we looking at his age, but man, the man doing things, the same stuff. So that's why it's hard to let go, because his productivity on the court has not diminished a lot yet. It's diminished, but not enough to where his diminished, you know what I mean? His diminished is not the average person diminished.
Right.
See, when he diminished, he don't even come a pedestrian. With his diminished, he's still great at diminished. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is. He's so great to when he slides, his slide ain't enough to get rid of him. You know what I mean? Some people are here, and when they slide, oh, you got to get out because you're not high up enough. But this guy, his level of play is so high, and all the his regimen, that's people don't normally come at the game like that with the workout regimen that he has, and the things that he does, man, to take care of his body, and so that keeps him around long. It's hard to get rid of that, man, with teams. And then you get the ratings and stuff like that. They look at the ratings also when he's on. You look at that also, and it's like, how do you cut the cord from that? So I think that plays in a lot of that too.
Well, that's the main part. But the thing is, I wouldn't go per se say like he keeping the Lakers back or whatever. But like I'm saying, this off season, is going to determine if he want to stay with LA, how much money he willing to take. Because if LeBron take way less money, Lakers have a lot of room to, like, they could, facilitate to get other players in. But if he want, like I said, he making $52 million right now. And if he want to be in like anywhere from 30 and up, Lakers can't really bring in no one, bro. Somebody who could play a role, like, be a defensive stopper, be like this. Like, you gotta remember now, the league evolved where the guys who are not superstars and they get a chance to make certain amount of money, they'd rather go play right now for like Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
Just so they could, like, make money. You think like a guy like right now, 25, 26, you have an opportunity to make 25 to 30 million. You think that he's gonna go to LA for $5 or $6 million veteran minimum? No, because he's still 25, 26. Now a guy who chasing ring, but a guy who old enough who chasing ring, you don't want to go to a team like LA, because like any team that LeBron goes in, they're gonna call it an old team.
So who you got going to the NBA Finals?
I'll tell you one thing though, if the Spurs win tonight, they match up well with OKC because they got the guards and they get that 7'5" alien in the middle. And remember now, they play 5 times over the season, and the Spurs beat them 4 times. But the playoff is a different beast because you get time to study guys and you play like every other night.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they match up the best because they got people they could throw on shade. And you got to remember now, the Dubs, their second best player is out, and you're gonna need him if you go against the Spurs, J-Dub. So that's my prediction.
So you got the Spurs going to the NBA Finals
if they win tonight.
Okay. I'm gonna go on the limb with him, man, because I've been riding them all year, and I just everybody on this OKC. I'm gonna go with the long shot and take the Spurs.
Yeah, like I said, if they win tonight, if they go down in game 4, they go back to the crib 2-2. The Spurs, they young, but they fearless.
And I would like to see the Knicks in the East. What I would like.
I'll tell you one thing though. With the Knicks, everything predicate on OG coming back and playing back, his normal stuff. Because if he just come back, he's not 100%. All you're gonna do is re-aggravate your hamstring. So he's a focal point. If he could come back 100%, bro, I got the Knicks in the East. But if not, man, whoever come out the Cavs and Detroit series, remember it's not over yet now. Because it's 2-0. Because remember the Magic was done 3-1, they came back. So what I'm saying, people play bad at home. So now if Cleveland go back home tomorrow night and stink up the joint, yeah, it's a wrap.
And that's a wrap.
Yep.
Thank you guys for watching the Foster Barbershop podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tune in to the next episode. Peace and love.